Hello, I'm Ronald, a 70-year-old father who poured my life into my daughter Lisa and her husband Drew, my savings, my blueprints, my home. After heart surgery, I begged for a ride home. Call an Uber, Lisa texted, cold as stone. Their betrayal cut deeper than my scar, stealing my legacy while I lay recovering. But that evening, I uncovered their whispered plot. What did I do to turn their lies against them? The recovery room smells of antiseptic, sharp enough to sting my nose. I'm propped up in a bed at St. David's Medical Center, chest throbbing where they cracked me open for heart surgery. Monitors beep steady, a rhythm I cling to after flatlining for 42 seconds yesterday, January 15th, 2025. At 70, widowed since 2018, I'm Ronald, retired engineer, staring at Austin's gray sky through slatted blinds. Bare oaks sway outside, like the ones around the suburban home I built for Lisa, my daughter, after my wife passed. The doctor says I'm stable, but stable doesn't cover the hollow ache where family should be. I reach for my phone, fingers clumsy from anesthesia, and type into our family chat. Discharge today. Who can pick me up? Lisa, 40, runs a boutique downtown. Drew, her husband, same age, chases startup dreams I've bankrolled. I wait, heart monitor ticking, expecting a quick reply. They're my anchor, right? I funded Lisa's UT tuition, co-signed Drew's loans, even skipped my own Paris trip to keep their lights on. The screen stays dark. My throat tightens, not from the tubes they pulled out, but from a creeping doubt. I've been the silent provider too long, pouring concrete for their dreams while mine gathered dust like my old Mustang in the garage. The nurse, all kind eyes, checks my chart. Family en route? She asks. I nod, forcing a smile, but inside I'm bracing. At 70, alone in the big house I engineered, I thought blood meant loyalty. Now post-surgery haze sharpens a fear. Am I invisible to them? I grip the phone tighter, willing it to buzz. Finally, it lights up. Lisa's text. Dad, swamped with inventory at the boutique. Call an Uber. We'll check in later. No, how are you? No, you okay? Just cold words, like a slab of concrete dropped on my chest. Then Drew. House feels lighter without the chaos. Stay another night? Lighter. That chaos was me, rising at dawn for overtime to bail out his failed ventures. I read the texts again, then a third time, hoping I misread. I didn't. After 40 years of sacrifices, blueprint nights, skipped certifications, half my 401k for Lisa's degree, I'm an Uber ride home. I dial her store, steadying my voice. Assistant picks up. Lisa's at lunch with clients. Not inventory. The lie cuts deeper than the incision, sharp and precise. I don't yell. I pocket the phone, tell the nurse, family's delayed. Inside, something shifts, like drafting a blueprint under deadline. Ronald Reagan's words echo. Trust, but verify. I've trusted too long. Now I'll verify. My mind drifts to 2005, Lisa's UT graduation. I cashed out savings, skipped my own engineering course, handed her the diploma money with a whisper. This is your launch pad, kiddo. She hugged me, eyes bright. Dad, you're my hero. I believed it. Funded her boutique, co-signed Drew's app loans, lived my late wife's mantra. Family first. We'd say it over coffee on our Texas ranch porch, her hand in mine. Now, their peaceful house mocks those nights I burned lamplight over blueprints, ensuring their roof held. No pity party. Ernest Hemingway said, The world breaks everyone, but some are stronger at the broken places. This breaks forging steel in me. The nurse hands me discharge papers. I sign, masking a tremor. An Uber's coming, but what waits at home? South Congress Avenue blurs past, trendy shops, neon signs, dreams I deferred for theirs. At 70, I've been the unseen foundation, cracking under their casual weight. Mark Twain's line hits, the fear of death follows from the fear of life. Near death flipped that. Life's too short for one-sided loyalty. The car pulls up to my green lawn, porch light off. I step out, bag heavy, and push the door. It creaks, stale air hitting me. Pizza boxes litter the floor. Drew's laptop cords snake like vines. Under the coffee table, my engineering sketches, crumpled like trash. My heart skips, not from surgery. On the mantel, Lisa's wedding photo, my face digitally cropped out. I close the door soft, resolve hardening. What fresh indifference waits in the home I built? I push the front door shut, the creak of hinges cutting through the stale air of my Austin home. It's January 16th, 2025, mid-morning, and sunlight spills through dusty windows, catching motes that dance over the living room floor. The pizza boxes and tangled laptop cords from last night's chaos still litter the space, a far cry from the fresh sawn lumber scent that filled this house when I built it in '85. After yesterday's hospital discharge, Lisa's call-in Uber text and Drew's jab about a lighter house, I'm stepping back into my sanctuary, but it feels like a stage for their lives now. My chest aches, not just from the surgery incision, but from the weight of their indifference. I survey the room, my armchairs buried under Lisa's boutique catalogs, glossy covers shouting trends I never followed. On the mantel, family photos tilt askew, my late wife's smile faded, like my place here. No note, no flowers, just the distant hum of their voices from the den where they've set up their startup office. I used to sketch family vacations there, trips we never took because I was too busy funding their dreams. Hand on the wall, I pause, the incision pulling sharp. This house, my life's work, now feels like a backdrop for their improv act. Dwight Eisenhower's words hum in my mind. Planning is everything, plans are nothing. Time to reassess, quiet and sharp, before they notice. I head to the kitchen, stealing for more disarray. The counter's a mess, empty mugs stamped with Drew's app logo, my old toolbox shoved aside for Lisa's fabric swatches. Under the table, I spot a rolled blueprint tube, the one from our home's foundation pour in '85. I kneel, wincing, and unroll it carefully. My heart drops. My precise lines, the elevations I hand Drew for stability, are scribbled over with Drew's notes. Rebrand for Peterson Properties. A glossy sticker of his startup icon slaps across my title block. This isn't carelessness, it's erasure, my legacy turned into their pitch deck prop. I trace the ink, fingers steady despite the sting. I built this house when Lisa was 5, promising her, this holds our story. Now it's overwritten, like a bad edit. Warren Buffett's voice cuts through. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. My tree. Their chainsaw. The doorbell chimes, sharp in the quiet. It's 10:15 a.m., too early for solicitors. I open the door to Mrs. Hargrove, our 68-year-old next-door widow, holding a plate of lemon bars. Ronald, heard you were under the knife. Lisa said you needed space. Her gray eyes are kind, but sharp. I force a chuckle, taking the plate. Space? More like they needed it. Her gaze flicks past me to the clutter in the hall. She leans in, voice low. Saw lights on late last night. Party? Where's your girl? Lisa usually waves hello. I hesitate, then shrug. Outrunning the world, I suppose. Truth's half-spoken, but her frown catches the lie's scent, like when she shared her own stories of kids drifting after her husband passed. I thank her, close the door gently. Her concern mirrors my isolation, like those Gallup polls on seniors left behind. And no pity here, just fuel to keep moving. I set the bars on the counter, blueprint tube beside them. My fingers itch to grab a pencil, correct their marks, but I hold back. Strategy over snap. I pace to the den's threshold, catching Lisa's laugh on a call. Dad's fine, recovering slow. Fine. Like a worn-out tool. I sit at my desk, pull out a notebook, not for venting, but logging. Texts time-stamped, blueprint alterations dated, evidence stacks like a case file. Winston Churchill's words steady me. If you're going through hell, keep going. This hell's familiar, but the exit's mine to carve. I glance at a faded photo on the desk, Lisa's wedding, me beaming in the back row. Does she see the builder behind her veil? Footsteps break my focus. Lisa breezes in, coffee mug in hand, smile too bright. Dad! Uber drop you off okay? Her eyes scan the room like she's taking inventory. I nod, casual. Smooth enough. But as she leans in for an airy hug, I spot her phone case. My old blueprint sketch, cropped to fit her aesthetic, edges trimmed like I don't fit her frame anymore. She chatters about store drama, but my mind races. What's she hiding in this peaceful house? Lisa's airy hug lingers in my mind, her phone case flashing my cropped blueprint as she slipped into the den, her heels clicking on the hardwood I laid in '85. It's late morning, January 16th, 2025, and I'm standing in our Austin home's den, sunlight slanting through dusty windows onto shelves lined with old tools. The air carries a faint whiff of coffee grounds and Drew's cologne, a stark shift from yesterday's pizza box chaos in the living room. Her "love you, Dad" felt rehearsed, and that blueprint on her phone, my work, trimmed to fit her aesthetic, stings like a fresh cut over my surgery scar. They're working in the guest wing, their startup hum a low buzz, but I'm not chasing them yet. I pivot to the mantel where family mementos gather dust, my eyes locking on Dad's oak box, a keepsake from his '98 passing. He was a Texas rancher, taught me to measure twice, cut once. I lift the box, hinges creaking like old floorboards, expecting the familiar weight of his Rolex, the one he pawned for my first tools, redeemed with his overtime pride. The velvet lining's empty. Dust motes swirl in the light, but no watch, no note. Just a void where its steady tick marked my sacrifices. My heart dips, not from the incision, but from the absence. I kneel, check under the rug's fringe. Nothing. Dad's words echo. "Time's your gold, son. Don't let fools melt it." I trace the box's edges. A fresh scuff mark hints at a hasty grab. This isn't misplacement, it's theft, my heirloom turned to quick cash for Drew's hustle. I don't flinch. Instead, I catalog, box lighter by ounces, last seen pre-surgery when Lisa tidied. A pattern's forming, like a blueprint flaw I'd catch before a pour. Abraham Lincoln's voice steadies me. I destroy my enemies when I make them my friends. Friends don't raid relics. This needs verification, not a shouting match. I set the box on my desk, next to the blueprint tube from yesterday. 2 thefts, 1 design. I rummage a drawer, pulling out Lisa's 05 wedding album. She was radiant in lace I helped sew. Drew grinned beside her. I flipped to the group shot, expecting nostalgia. Instead, my face is blurred, digitally scrubbed, my shoulder cropped, smile erased, leaving a void where I stood after my toast. I zoom in with my phone camera. Pixels jagged, an amateur edit. Lisa's work, her boutique eye curating our family chronicle into her highlight reel. I recall that rehearsal dinner, raising a glass. To roots that hold us. Now those roots are severed. The album's spine creaks, pages sticking from disuse. Metadata shows a timestamp from last month during my pre-op checkup. Coordinated erasure, timed with the watch's absence. Theodore Roosevelt's words ground me. Speak softly and carry a big stick. My stick's evidence stacking up. I shut the album with a thud and sit at my desk, notebook open. I log details. Watch serial number, engraving notes, photo edit app traceable via timestamp. My incision aches, but my mind's sharp. At 70, I've surveyed worse sites. This is a structural failure in our family foundation, fixable or rebuilt. I press my ear to the den door, catching Drew's voice mid-pitch. Inherited vision from the old man. Inherited. Stolen, more like. I jot contingencies. Call the jeweler for a serial check. Scan the album digitally. My eyes drift to the Austin oaks outside, their roots deep despite storms. Warren Buffett's wisdom hits. Predicting rain doesn't count. Building arcs does. My ark's evidence gathered quiet. No accusations yet. Just rebar before the pour. Footsteps break my focus. Drew strides out, coffee mug in hand. "Hey, Pops, saw you poking around." "Lose something?" His eyes flick to the box, too casual. I smile, even just reminiscing. But as he nods, his cuff slips, and I spot it, a flash of steel on his wrist, the familiar glint of Dad's Rolex engraving. My heart rate ticks up, not fear, but focus. What game are they playing with his timepiece? The glint of Dad's Rolex on Drew's wrist still burns in my mind as he saunters back to the den, his cuff slipping to cover the stolen shine. It's early afternoon, January 17th, 2025, and I'm in my Austin home office off the kitchen, the faint hum of South Congress traffic filtering through the window. Lisa's airy hug yesterday, her blueprint phone case, and now the empty watch box from the den. It's a pattern, not a coincidence. The desk's cluttered with unopened mail, but my eyes lock on the trash bin by the sink, a crumpled receipt poking out like a survey stake marking trouble. I glove up, post-surgery hygiene, not paranoia, and fish it out. It's a pawn shop slip. Vintage accessory, $2,200, dated last week. The serial number's a vague match for Dad's Rolex. My chest tightens, not from the incision, but from the calculated theft. I pocket the receipt, brew black coffee strong as Texas crude, and let the caffeine clear the fog. Thomas Edison's words steady me. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls. Theirs is theft, mine's in building a case. I unfold the receipt under the desk lamp. Smudged ink, but clear. East Riverside Pawn, Rolex Oyster, estimated as 1950s, signed D. Peterson, Drew's signature loops bold. I call the shop, voice even. Confirmed transaction, serial ending 478. The clerk's casual. Young guy, brown hair, wife outside. Lisa. I hang up, glance at the den door, and catch Drew's voice. Leveraged family assets for seed round. Assets, my decades of sweat. I open my bank app. Recent transfers show $5,000 to vehicle down payment last month, timed with Drew's shiny Escalade parked curbside. No outburst. I screenshot the chain, email it to myself for a time-stamped trail, solid as rebar. Their moves are sloppy, like a rushed blueprint, but mine's precise. Digging deeper, the app reveals a pattern. Quarterly, down $200, loans to Drew's startup, auto-deducted from my retirement account labeled Family Support. The latest hit during my surgery prep, while I signed hospital consents, they signed for my nest egg. Another memo. DP, auto upgrade. I step outside, snap a photo of the Escalade's fresh plates. That's $28,000 over 2 years, enough for the Vegas engineering convention I skipped for their dreams. I text Lisa, casual. Checking accounts? Notice some outflows? Chat later? Her red receipt pops, no reply. The silence screams louder than the incisions ache. My mind maps, evidence mounts, their foundations cracking. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's stats on family fraud echo in my head, too common but not unbeatable. The den door swings open. Lisa steps out, laptop tucked under her arm. Dad, you okay? Looked intense on your phone. Her smile's too polished, like her boutique displays. I set the coffee down, deliberate. Fine, just balancing books. Your support transfers caught my eye. Care to explain the Escalade tie-in? Her pause is a beat too long, smile faltering. Oh, that! Drew's business perk. We meant to tell you. Meant like the watch. I lean in, calm. Tell me now. Don't mistake my silence for blindness. These loans end today. Revert them, or I pull the plug on everything. Drew joins, defensive. It's investment, Pops. Your house is collateral too. Collateral. My equity, my life's work, I counter, voice steady. Investments mutual, or none. Fix it by week's end. I exit to the garage, leaving them to stew. Andrew Carnegie's words anchor me. The man who acquires the ability to take full possession of his own mind may take possession of anything else. My mind's locked down. In the garage, the light flicks on, my tool bench orderly, but for one drawer ajar. A legal envelope peeks out, stamped guardianship petition. My heart stays steady, not racing, focused. I pull it free, my name in bold, their signatures scrawled, dated before my surgery. What fresh blueprint are they drafting for my life? The guardianship petition's seal snaps under my thumb, its weight heavier than the Rolex's absence or Lisa's cropped blueprint from yesterday. It's evening, January 18th, 2025, and I'm in my Austin home study off the garage, the dim desk lamp casting long shadows over scattered legal files. Traffic hums faintly on I-35 outside, a low pulse against the quiet house. Lisa and Drew are out for a dinner meeting, leaving me to unravel their latest move. I spread the manila folder's contents on the blotter. Travis County Court header glares back, cold as a faulty load spec. Top sheet. Petition for guardianship of Ronald, last name, declared incapacitated, dated January 10th, pre-surgery. Lisa's and Drew's signatures loop bold. My chest tightens, not from the incision, but from the audacity. They claim cognitive decline from age and stress, citing erratic decisions like denying their business loan. Exhibit A, a forged doctor's note, mimicking Dr. Ellis's signature from my last checkup when he praised my sharp recall of site plans. I pencil in notes. They've inflated my house equity for their gain. Cold math, not care. No gasp, just focus. Martin Luther King Jr.'s words steady me. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This injustice starts in my own home. I scan line 12. Subject unable to manage finances. My ledger begs to differ. Every transfer authorized, receipts filed. Attachment B twists worse. A witness statement from Mrs. Hargrove claiming I seem forgetful lately. She brought lemon bars yesterday, said the opposite. I highlight the lie, snap a photo with my phone. Digital armor for the fight ahead. Last year, after my wife's passing, I updated my will with Marcia, my lawyer, locking my wishes tight. The irony bites. They're chasing control I already secured. I staple copies, seal originals, and cue Marcia's number, but hold off. Verify first, like testing soil before a pour. Oliver Wendell Holmes's voice echoes. The life of the law has not been logic, it has been experience. Their experience is theft. Mine's a lifetime poured into this deed. The evidence stack grows, twin to the financial trail I found yesterday, $28,000 in loans to Drew's startup tied to his new Escalade. I dial Dr. Ellis's office. Hold music fades. The receptionist patches me through. Mr. Last name? Doctor's reviewing your chart. Ellis's voice comes warm. Heard about the surgery. Sharp as ever. Recall? I nod to myself, then cut in. Ever sign a guardianship note for me? A pause, then firm. Absolutely not. Saw your file post-op. Cognition pristine. No decline. I push. Any contact from family? He sighs. Lisa called last week, concerned about your forgetfulness. I advised against it. I thank him, log the call's timestamp, another rebar in my case. No call to Lisa yet. I text her, neutral. Talk finances tonight? Read receipt. No reply. Her silence is a survey stake, marking their next play. The front door jingles. 6 p.m. Takeout bags rustle as Lisa and Drew shuffle in. I call from the study. In here. Quick chat on accounts. They enter, Drew mid-bite on a burger. What's up, Pops? He says, too casual. I slide the petition copy across the desk. This, your handiwork. Doctor says I'm sharper than your app pitch. Lisa blanches, her laptop slipping slightly. Dad, it's protection. You're getting older, we worry. Worry. For my wallet, more like. I lean forward, voice steady. Withdraw it tomorrow or I file a counter. Full audit. Everything. Drew bristles. That's family blackmail. I counter, calm. Family's mutual, or none. Fix it, or you're done here. I exit to the garage, their whispers trailing. My resolves ironclad, like a foundation poured right. In the garage, I pour a glass of water, the coolness grounding me. Overhearing their den murmur, I catch. He found the party invite. Tell him about the big announcement. My hand freezes mid-sip. What gathering twists my blueprints into their spotlight? Lisa's words about a big announcement from last night's den murmurs still echo as I stand on my Austin home's backyard patio. It's late afternoon, January 19th, 2025, and string lights twinkle early under a mild Texas sky, grill smoke curling from nearby yards. The guardianship petition I found yesterday, Lisa and Drew's signatures claiming my incapacity, sits heavy, but their latest move unfolds now. I'd stepped into the den, catching Lisa's plan. Perfect timing for the launch BBQ, invite the whole block. Drew grinned. App beta reveal, using your old blueprints as inspo. Neighbors coming at 5. I nodded, hiding the twinge in my chest. Not just from the surgery scar. No veto yet. The fridge magnet lists 20-plus locals, including Mrs. Hargrove. Now, as they string lights and haul a cooler onto my patio table, bought for family Sundays long gone, it's clear they've ignored my warning to fix the loans and petition. My sanctuary's their stage, and I'm not on the guest list. Henry Ford's words steady me. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. They think they can rewrite my work. I know better. Guests trickle in, handshakes, craft beers passed. Drew fires up my grill, ribs sizzling as he demos his app on a tablet. I spot my 85 foundation blueprint pinned to an easel, overlaid with his digital gloss. Reimagined legacy for modern homes. Mrs. Hargrove sidles up, her lemon bar warmth familiar. Your famous rub? She asks, nodding at the grill. Drew overhears, laughs. Drew's secret now. Family recipe upgrade. My jaw tightens. That rub was Dad's, perfected on our ranch. I mingle at the edges, catching whispers. Ronald built this beauty. Drew's flipping it smart. Lisa, arm around Drew, beams. Inherited vision from Dad's era. Inherited? Stolen like the Rolex, the loans. My face cropped from photos. I snap a photo of the easel with my phone, time-stamped for records. No scene, just evidence. Their territorial creep mirrors those Urban Institute reports on millennials crowding out boomer homes. The sun dips, lights flickering on. Drew clinks a bottle. To new beginnings, thanks to this home's solid base and Lisa's endless support. The crowd cheers, no nod my way. My base, my bankroll through their droughts, unseen. Lisa adds, to our growing family, old roots, fresh branches. Branches? They've lopped mine clean off. Mrs. Hargrove catches my eye, her frown subtle, sensing the air's weight. I rise slow, glass raised. To roots that hold. I pause, set it down untouched, and walk the patio's perimeter, silent. Drew calls, Pops, join the pick? I shake my head, slip inside, door shutting on their puzzled looks. The snubs deliberate, dignified. My exit cuts sharper than their toast. Harvard studies on elder exclusion at family events flash in my mind. The crowd's applause doesn't drown out my resolve. From the study window I watch guests mill, Drew demoing without my blueprint now tucked away. I text Marcia. Event using my designs. Send cease notice? Her reply pings. Drafting. Hold for leverage. I lock the garage door. The click loud. My Mustang's safe. A symbol of joys I deferred while they never asked. I pour a scotch, neat, sipping deliberately. No toast to thieves. I plan tomorrow's call to the county clerk on the petition's status. Lisa's voice drifts from the patio. Dad's moody post-op. Moody? Methodical. Warren Buffett's words anchor me. Price is what you pay. Value what you get. They paid nothing, got too much. I settle in my armchair, notebook open, listing demands, revert funds, withdraw petition, vacate by month end. My wounds turn to wisdom, like Oprah said. The party thins and the door bangs open. Drew storms into the study. What was that exit? Embarrassing us? I meet his gaze. Steady. Embarrassing. Try stealing credit mid-grill. He flushes, but Lisa's behind him. Dad, we need to talk about the will. My pulse steadies, not racing. What revision are they plotting now? Lisa's, we need to talk about the will, from last night's barbecue, lingers like the faint smoke of ribs on my patio. It's mid-morning, January 20th, 2025, and I'm in the locked study nook of my Austin home. The metal safe door ajar, a faint scent of aged paper mixing with morning light through half-drawn blinds. Lisa and Drew peeled out for errands, leaving the house quiet, my chance to dig. Their guardianship petition, the stolen Rolex, the loans for their Escalade, it's all connected, and her will comment points to the safe. I punch in 1958, Dad's birth year, and the dial clicks smooth. Shelves hold deeds, my 401k folders, and a manila envelope. Last will, original. I pull it free, dust-free from my last review with Marcia 2 years ago. Slitting it carefully, I settle at the desk. No rush. Verify before volley. Thomas Jefferson's words steady me. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. My liberty's this legacy, and I'm guarding it. The pages unfold, hologram seal intact, but Clause 3 jolts me. Primary beneficiary, Lisa, last name, sole heir to residence. My ink, dated 2015, post-wife's passing, pre-Lisa's marriage. A blue ballpoint note scrawls, amended 2020, per discussion. No discussion happened. Lisa's flourish marks amended. Drew's blocky signature witnesses. The notary stamps off. Forged date overlays my valid one, a sloppy patch job. I scan further. House deed attachments clean, but an equity rider favors their joint venture. No alarm. I photocopy the pages, stacking evidence like rebar. My mind maps. Call the county recorder tomorrow for a certified copy. Chain of custody tightens, their blueprints crumbling under scrutiny. I dig deeper, finding a yellowed addendum, time-stamped 2020. My flu bout, bedridden for a week. Lisa visited daily, helping with meds. Her signature sits below a verbal consent clause tied to a $15,000 transfer labeled medical aid. I recall that haze, her bringing soup, Drew pitching, "Dad, co-sign this?" Not Will Tweaks. The money fueled their down payment, not my care. No rage spikes. I annotate the timeline, pinning deceit to my vulnerability. My phone buzzes. Marcia's text. "Petition hearing set Feb 5. Counter ready?" I reply, "Found more. Meet tomorrow." The American Bar Association's reports on opportunistic elder fraud echo. This was planned, not impulse. My evidence stack grows, twin to the pawn receipt and bank transfers I logged earlier. The front door bangs. Lisa calls, "Dad, family meeting, now!" They file into the study, faces set. I lay the will copies on the coffee table. "Your amendments. Explain." Drew shifts. "Just updates, Pops. For security." Lisa's softer. "You were sick. We protected assets from your impulses." Impulses. My steady investments built this house. I counter, measured. 5 years ago, flu bed, you helped with papers. Notaries fake. Withdraw it or court sees all. Drew snaps. "Your paranoid post-op will prove incapacity." Lisa nods. "For your good." My voice stays iron. My good ends your access. Out by month end or full disclosure. I storm to the garage, their whispers chasing me. Nelson Mandela's words fuel me. It always seems impossible until it's done. Eviction notice drafts tonight. In the garage, I pause at my workbench, starting the notice. My phone rings. An unknown Austin number. Voicemail pings. A deep voice. "Mister? Last name? County clerk, regarding your property deed query." My hand stills. What irregularity shadows the foundation now? The county clerk's voicemail about a property deed query from last night loops in my head as I lock the study door, rain tapping the windows of my Austin home. It's late evening, January 21st, 2025, and the desk lamp casts a warm glow over legal files, deeds, will copies, financial logs, stacked like tools for a counterstrike. Lisa and Drew are out celebrating their app launch, leaving me space to dig deeper into their schemes. The forged will, the guardianship petition, the stolen Rolex. I call Marcia. "Clerk flagged a deed issue? Meet at dawn?" Her replies sharp. 7 a.m., bring everything. I review the petition's flaws, forged dates, Mrs. Hargrove's twisted quote, knowing Texas probate law voids fraud. With their absence, I've got hours. I pack a satchel with evidence, like a site survey kit for shaky ground. George Patton's words fuel me. A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. At dawn, Marcia's office smells of polished oak and strong coffee. I spread the documents. Charitable trust, house life estate, heart association gets the rest. My pen's steady as I sign, whispering to Dad's photo. Legacy's safe, not sold. Dr. Ellis joins via Zoom. Cognition pristine, witnessed. His nod seals the acuity clause. Marcia drafts. Irrevocable. Kills their petition. Writers block Lisa and Drew's access and audit their loans. I leave with the new will, hit the bank next. The teller nods. Elder protection locked. Joint accounts frozen. Back home by noon, I log in my notebook. Deed query priority, county recorder call tomorrow. My plan snapping into place like a blueprint on grid. Evening settles, the study dim. I arm my phone's recorder app, hiding it under a ledger. The front door creaks. Lisa and Drew slip in, takeout bags dropped. Lisa whispers, "Dad asleep?" Drew rummages the safe nook. "Need the deed for an investor pitch, clean copy." Lisa urges, "Hurry, he's on to us." The recorder catches Drew's mutter. "Forge if needed. Petitions are fallback." Lisa adds, "He's slipping, easy to push." I flip the light on, waving the deed copy. "Looking for this?" They freeze, faces pale. The sting's perfect, like a foundation poured true. FBI tips on Texas one-party recording consent flash in my mind. This is gold. I stand firm. Recordings live. Petition drops or the judge hears this. Lisa stammers. We're protecting you. I counter, ice cold. Protection's off, out by month end or it's public. Drew snaps. You're paranoid. I escort them to the door. Marcia's ready. Your move. The lock clicks, their footsteps fading. I replay the audio, email it to Marcia. Timestamps lock it tight, like bolts. Notebook updated. Eviction, audit, public exposure mapped. Muhammad Ali's words resonate. It's not the mountains ahead to climb that wear you out. It's the pebble in your shoe. My pebble's gone, path open. Midnight brings texts. Lisa. Let's talk. Drew. You're overreacting. I ignore them, but a voicemail pings. Kexan News? Tip on family asset fight? My pulse steadies. Who's pushing my story to the press? The KXAN News voicemail from last night. Tip on family asset fight. Air tomorrow? Still hums in my ears as I pull into their downtown Austin studio lot at midday, January 22nd, 2025. The rain's cleared, but my satchel's heavy with evidence. Texts, audio of Lisa and Drew's whispered forgery plans, the guardianship petition. After catching them rummaging my study for the deed, I called the producer back, securing a slot. Marcia's pre-call advice rings. Lead with your heart stopping. End with the trust. News vans idle outside, and I sign in, stepping into the green room where coffee urns hum under bright lights. The producer runs down the plan. 5 minutes, raw emotion. I check my tie in the mirror. No tremor, incision scar hidden, resolve carved deep. The makeup artist brushes lightly. You look steady. I nod. Engineered that way. My mind's a blueprint, ready to expose their betrayal to the world. The producer emails a final update. Hearings Feb 5, counterfiled, your story pushes dismissal. I review my script, open with the surgery void, pivot to Lisa's call an Uber text, build to the audio clip of Drew's forge if needed. In the green room's quiet, I rehearse my mic drop line, phone propped for a live demo. The anchor's intro cues, Austin dads fight for dignity. I step to the desk, lights hot, camera red. No nerves. I start. Flatlined 42 seconds, woke to my family's peaceful reply. I quote John F. Kennedy. Forgive your enemies, but never forget their names. Names drop. Lisa, Drew, their sins verbatim. Texts, loans, the watch, the petition. The screen splits, showing Lisa's text. Call Uber. Studio murmurs ripple. Then the audio plays. Drew's forge if needed. Lisa's, he's slipping. Gasps echo from the crew. The anchor leans in. Your response? I'm calm. New will filed. Assets to the Heart Association. House mine till the end. I flash the petition scan. Guardianship fraud. My doctor cleared me lucid. The audience feed lights up. Shame on kids, as the producer signals rap. I exit the hot seat. The anchor shakes my hand. Impactful. I nod. Truth is. Driving home, the radio buzzes with KXAN's replay. Malcolm X's words in my head. The media's the most powerful entity on earth. Their facade's cracking. My phone erupts as I pull into the driveway. Marcia texts. Dismissal likely. Trending. Had dad betrayed. I scroll. Neighbors post. Knew it. Strong man. Mrs. Hargrove sends support. Proud Ronald. Home voicemail blinks. Lisa, frantic. Take it down. I ignore it. Forward to Marcia. The den's empty, their bags half-packed. A note. Talk soon. Soon's irrelevant. I pour tea calm and send audit emails to the bank. Locks rekeyed, order placed. Mark Twain's courage fuels me. Courage is resistance to fear. Fear's theirs now. The broadcast's out, and their launch is sinking under the weight of truth. The front door pounds. Drew's voice, muffled. Open up. The news ruined us. Through the peephole, their faces twist, rain-soaked. Lisa pleads. Dad, please, eviction notice came. My hand hovers over the lock. What desperate bid seals their exit? The pounding on my front door from last night, Lisa and Drew's desperate pleas after the KXAN broadcast, fades as dawn breaks on January 23, 2025. I stand in the driveway of my Austin home, fog lifting over the green lawn, a locksmith's van idling curbside. Their eviction notice, stamped yesterday, sits heavy in my hand, a response to their forged will, stolen Rolex, and guardianship plot exposed on air. The door cracks open. Lisa peeks out, eyes red. "Dad, open! The news wrecked everything!" I step aside, letting them in. Drew hauls a suitcase, face like thunder. "You're killing our future!" I gesture to the table. "Notice served. 24 hours, per the lease clause I drafted." The locksmith starts in the foyer, clicks echoing as my domain's resecured. No retort, just resolve. John F. Yatis Kennedy's words ground me. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. I'm reclaiming my home, my legacy. I spread the notice on the table. Vacate by noon tomorrow. Assets frozen via bank hold. Lisa scans it. "This house, our home too." I point to the clause. "Guest status revoked. Your amendments voided." Drew slams his fist. "After all we've done," I counter. "All I've done, blueprints, loans, silence." I play the TV clip on my phone. The anchor recaps their fraud, comments scrolling, "Hat justice for Ronald." Marcia's call on speaker confirms. "Dismissal granted, petition quashed." I hang up. Their silence deafens. I deliver the final blow. Pack clean, leave keys. I exit to the patio. Light rain starting. Ulysses S. Grant's words hit. "The art of war is simple enough. Find out where your enemy is, and strike him as hard as you can." They're reeling. My phone dings. A boutique owner texts Lisa, forwarded to me. "Resign or lawsuit, audio viral." Her gasp carries from the hall. Drew paces. "Lost investor calls, app dead." The Kexan clip with their forge if needed audio hit 50,000 views overnight. I forward a neighbor chain. Mrs. Hargrove writes, "Stood by you. They're gone. The community's my shield." Lisa pleads, "One chance? Therapy?" I decline. Therapy fixes hearts, yours cash. Boxes stack in the hall, my tools reclaimed from the den, my Mustang waxed in the garage, gleaming like my resolve. Their fallout mirrors EOC reports on workplace crashes from public scandals. Their empires crumbling, built on my foundation. I keep vigil from the patio, watching them pack, rain slicking the driveway. I text Marcia. "Notice served, monitor compliance." She replies, "Sheriff on standby if needed." I pull my ledger, $28,000 in transfers reverting, bank confirming holds. Drew hauls the last bag. "You'll regret this." I shrug. "Regret's yours. Keys." He tosses them. I relock the door. The house exhales, mine again. I settle in my armchair, the first quiet since surgery, planning a charity board call tomorrow. Thomas Edison's words anchor me. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Their ways failed, mine endures. The rain eases, but the doorbell rings, a delivery man with certified mail. From Travis County. I sign, tearing it open. Counterpetition filed by anonymous ally? My pulse steadies. Whose hand tips the scales further? The anonymous counterpetition from yesterday's certified mail sits in my satchel as I drive down Barton Springs Road, the Austin skyline sharp under a midday sun on January 24th, 2025. Lisa and Drew's eviction, sealed by last night's notice and their frantic pounding at my door, left the house empty by dawn, their SUV gone, my locks rekeyed. The petition citing undue influence bore Mrs. Hargrove's name, her witness to their tidying lies from the barbecue. I text her, "Park bench, owe you coffee." Her replies swift, "Zilker, noon, truth's free." I pull into Zilker Park's lot, families milling under live oaks, a mild breeze off Ladybird Lake. The irony stings lightly. My family's gone, but these roots endure. I spot Hargrove at a picnic bench, her thermos gleaming. I carry mine, ready to pour. Maya Angelou's words anchor me. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. We sit, and Hargrove dives in. "Filed after your TV hit. Saw their lies up close." I pull my phone, showing hashtag abandoned dad trending at 100,000 views, comments flooding. "Hero dad," threads pile on. Lisa's boutique faces boycott calls. Drew's app delisted from investor forums. She adds, "Your blueprint on their easel?" I recognized it, told the clerk their amendments reeked. I pour coffee from my thermos. Why now? She sighs. Lost my boy to greed. Yours deserves backup. Notifications ping. KXAN wants a follow-up. Community hero. Interview? I decline politely. Rosa Parks's voice echoes. If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Hargrove brought hers. I'm folding mine. My phone vibrates. Lisa's number. I answer on speaker. Hargrove nodding go ahead. Lisa's voice cracks. Dad, we're in a motel. App tanked. Store fired me. A heavy pause. Drew's in the background. One chance? Lisa pleads. Sorry. Therapy? Change? Hargrove whispers. Words cheap. I keep it even. Consequences, not curses. Petition quashed. House mine. Change starts solo. Doors open for actions, not apologies. I hang up. Silence settles over the bench. Hargrove asks, Forgive? I shrug. Release, not reconcile. Roots regrow alone. The severance feels final, like cutting a frayed cable. Psychology Today's take on toxic ties backs this. Sometimes letting go builds stronger. We rise, the bench creaking. Hargrove smiles. Join book club? Widows and wise guys. I nod. Count me in. We stroll the trail's edge, Lady Bird Lake sparkling, joggers nodding as I walk steady, no limp from the surgery. I text Marcia. Eviction clean? Charity board next? She replies, Approved. Speak next month. I pull my Mustang keys. First drive since the hospital, engine purring like an old friend. The house comes into view, lawn bare, but garage gleaming. My space reclaimed. Amelia Earhart's words hit. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. I acted, unchained. On the porch, I checked the mailbox. A package, unsigned, wrapped in blueprint paper. Inside, Dad's Rolex, its tick alive, with a note. Redeemed, time's yours. My pulse steadies. Who returned this stolen second chance? The porch light frames Mrs. Hargrove's silhouette as she steps forward, her voice steady. Me, redeemed your dad's watch from pawn, saw the ticket in their trash. It's February 5th, 2025, late afternoon, and I'm at the American Heart Association Gala in Austin, the ballroom aglow with chandeliers, auction paddles clinking to soft jazz. Yesterday's Rolex return, its tick syncing with my pulse after Zilker Park's revelations, anchors me. I accept the watch from Hargrove, its engraving gleaming, time's yours, our hugs brief, Allie earned. Inside, I strap it on, first time since its theft, weight grounding my resolve. A gala invite arrived post-Zilker. Marcia texted, Keynote, your story fits. I drive down Congress Avenue, the watch ticking mile markers, my house passing, Lisa and Drew's rental a shadow now. Helen Keller's words resonate. Although the world is full of suffering, it is full also of the overcoming of it. I enter the ballroom, suits mingling, paddles waving. The MC calls, Ronald, last name survivor turned donor. I climb the stage, mic steady. Flatline taught value, family's lesson, society's gain. Slides project, Lisa's call and Uber text, Drew's forge if needed, audio snippet, the shredded guardianship petition. The crowd hushes, then murmurs swell. I reveal $150,000 from assets, house equity seed, for hearts like mine. Applause erupts, phones capturing the moment. Offstage, Hargrove nods. Clips viral, hat reclaimed, roots trending. Mark Twain's wisdom hits. To succeed in life, you need two things, ignorance and confidence. Theirs bred failure, mine triumph. TikTok's viral elder wins echo this public reckoning. In the green room, I pen a letter to Lisa. Watch back, time's mine, photo enclosed, memories not. I seal it with an old stamp, drop it in a mailbox, no return address, actions, not words. The Rolex warms my wrist. I whisper to Dad's ghost, saved me. Its tick syncs with my heartbeat, a lifeline through betrayal. Hargrove joins. Grand Canyon trip, group forming. I nod. Pack light, roots travel. My phone pings, charity board. Ambassador role, share story. I reply yes, no strings. Driving home, sunset gilds the watch, house lights welcoming me solo. Amelia Earhart's voice calls, Adventure is worthwhile. My horizons open, unchained. Voicemail check. Lisa, slurred. Motel hell. App sued. Store sued me. I delete it. No echo. Drew texts. Bankrupt. Your fault. I block. Forward to Marcia for liens. A news alert flashes. Couple faces fraud charges. Petition backfires. Their suitcases roll. Virtual crowds clapping on hashed reclaimed routes. In the garage, I polish the Mustang. Its engine roars. First spin since reclaiming my space. On the porch, I reflect. No regret. Strength and severance. Warren Buffett's question lingers. Should I do business with this man? My answer's no. Bed early, I dream new blueprints. Freehand. Dawn coffee brews, the watch gleaming. I pack for the canyon. Map, camera, no baggage. One last glance at the house. Roots hold, branches optional. What new summits wait beyond the ridge? Discover this gripping family drama story of a devoted father's heartbreak after heart surgery when his daughter and son-in-law coldly refused to pick him up from the hospital, leaving him to call an Uber alone. Feeling the sting of lifelong sacrifices ignored, he uncovers layers of betrayal that shatter family trust in a classic American tale of elder isolation. But what shocking twist unfolds that very evening? Watch as resilience triumphs over indifference, delivering an emotional roller coaster of justice and self-discovery. Perfect for viewers seeking heartfelt stories of family bonds tested and reclaimed. Don't miss the powerful turnaround that will leave you reflecting on loyalty and second chances.